Hi everyone, I am Manish Pandey. Welcome back to the UiPath Document Understanding series. So far, we have learned how to perform data extraction using Form Extractor and Regex based extractor. Now, I will show you how to use ML Extractor to extract the data from a document. Let's understand what is ML Extractor and when to use that. ML Extractor we can say as a machine learning extractor. This is best suited when working with the semi-structured or unstructured documents where the layout is unpredictable, like contracts, loan documents, or doctor's prescriptions. If you use this, you don't need to tell it how the document looks like and where to look for the data. You just tell it what data you need. And this machine learning extractor can extract the data that you need. So let's see how to configure ML Extractor inside the data extraction scope. To use machine learning extractor, we need to search for machine learning extractor. Drag and drop next to this extractor. Once you'll drag and drop here, you will see the option to enter the endpoint, ML skill, API key, and then this checkbox is checked, and then you have two buttons, get capabilities and cancel. Now if you have a ML skill, then you can mention here and then enter the endpoint. But now we are using this machine learning extractor on the pretend model. So we have few endpoints, public endpoints. You can get it from here. This is in the UiPath documents. So see, we have option expand tables. Let's expand this all the public endpoints. And now based on your document, you can get that pre-trained public endpoint for that model and you can use that. This is ready to use. So let's say I want to process invoice and receipts. I need to search for public endpoint so that I can use it. Now for each document we have a specific endpoint related to the country. Now let's say I need to search for invoice. So you can see invoices and you can see they are separate, like invoice is India, invoice is Japan, invoice is China. If we go with invoice, we also getting the option to choose from the country. So we have India here and I can take it this one, https colon slash slash du hyphen in means India dot uipath.com slash ie slash invoices. So we can go with this as well or we can take this as well. So this is for invoices India. So whatever like format, the invoice format we follow in India, that is covered here. So we can use this endpoint. Let's go with this one. And basically you need to try using these endpoints to see which one is working fine with your invoice. So I will take this one for now and I will paste that endpoint here. No need to put that in the double quotes. It will automatically take it here. So paste here and then this button is now enabled, this get capabilities. Click on that and now you see here endpoint is updated here and API key also updated. So API key we already have on the top in the assign activity we have taken. We just need to pass that variable. Okay, so I will change that to the variable str underscore API key. Got it? Now no need to pass ML skill here because we don't have any ML skill available for now. I will go with the pre-trained models, that endpoints. Now we need to configure the extractors. Click on that. Now I have invoices and receipts. So there are two document types and we have fields like this. So now you will be thinking, you will have a question in your mind that I have taken this endpoint, public endpoint, just for the invoices. Now, how that will work with the receipts? So the answer is, if you want to extract the data from receipts using machine learning extractor, you need to take a different machine learning extractor and then you need to configure that. So let's say this I have taken a public endpoint for the invoices. So I will go with this. I will select that. But now I want to also extract the receipts details using the machine learning extractor itself. So let's save it for now. Let's uncheck this. Save it for now. And now this is for invoices. And as you know that in this scope, we can have multiple extractors added. So I will take another machine learning extractors and this will be for receipts. So I'll go with the other public endpoint for the receipts. So let's search here. This is receipts. Now I will look into the section for the India. Now this is the one du-in.uipathrpa.com/is/receipts. Now I'll paste that endpoint for receipts and this will be str underscore. Okay, so let's take it for now here. Okay, so now I have updated here. So this extractor for invoices, this machine learning extractor for receipts. Okay, let's replace this with the variable. Got it? Now we need to configure the extractor and this time this machine learning extractor I will be using for the invoices and this one I will be using for receipts. Correct? Now you see here there is a settings this option which says that get or refresh the extractor capabilities. Now you see there is option framework alias. What I can do, I can take this as a my document type. So I'll say this machine learning extractor I'm going to use to extract invoices, and this one I'll say for receipts just to identify that. Now I need to click on this just to get the capabilities. If you have already done in the initial phases, then no need to do every time. This one. Now I need to set, you can see these are highlighted here in the red. Means I need to do something here. Otherwise it will not work. I will not able to save that. You see there is an error. Means we need to configure that. So here says that first field is invoice number. Means I want to extract invoice number. So what I'll do, I will click on this one and I need to map this invoice number field with the field mentioned in this machine learning extra that a specific model. So I'll go with the invoice number. So this invoice number, these are both matches, right? Means this the specific model that we are calling here, we are using that is already created by developed by someone and they have already used that one. So we are just using that, using the public endpoint. And we need to map it here and we can extract the data. Now invoice date. So I will say invoice date, we can get it like date. Customer name. So I can say customer name is not vendor address, not name. Name is basically vendor name. Billing name, we can say customer name. Customer address, we can say billing address. Total amount. So here we'll get total. Correct. So we need to map these. Now for receipts, let's expand this. And we have two fields, a store name and a store address. So let's search for that. If you're not getting these options here, you need to get the capabilities here. Now store name, we can take it from map with this name, means this is store name, and means you can say as a vendor name. Store address, you can say a vendor address. If you have multiple fields, you can take it and you can map it. Now let's save it. So we have configured this machine learning extractor to work with the invoices as well as receipts. Now, as you saw in the form extractor, we have option manage templates. Means if you need to work with the multiple format, multiple vendors of invoices, multiple um, format of invoices, then we need to create a multiple templates here. Then only it can extract. But if you are using machine learning extractor, you don't need to create multiple template here. This using this endpoint and this machine learning extractor, you're already capable of finding the document, looking for the specific field which you want to extract, and it can easily extract that data from any format of any invoices. Okay, now we have configured this one for invoice, all every type of invoices I can say. This is for receipts. Let's change that to str variable API key. Change it here. Done. Save here. Now what I can do, instead of putting one file here, I can do one thing. I have a merged PDF which has a multiple invoices and receipts. So this is a different format of different vendor of invoices. This is receipts. This is another invoice. There's another. So 3 to 4 invoices I have. So I will go with this one. I will take the path and I will paste here. And now we are using multiple PDFs into one file. So we need to modify our classify document, that classify document scope. So we'll go with the intelligent keyword classifier because we need to split that based on the document type. So I'll configure the classifier and I'll uncheck this and I will go with invoice and receipts both with the intelligent keyword classifier. Save that because only intelligent keyword classifier is capable of splitting those files based on the document type. Correct? Because now we have 4 documents merged into one PDF file. Correct? So this will give us 4 document type, 4 documents. So we already have this for each activity used. So it will loop inside that. So each classification result will have uh, will have the other document type. So the first will have an invoice, second will have second classification result will have receipts. Same way third invoice, fourth invoice like that, and it will start validating that and training that, and then extract the results like that. What I will do, I have taken a breakpoint here, and let's debug it. Got it. So now we have this UiPath classification station for the classification results validations. Now, first one, so as we have used intelligent keyword classifier, which has like successfully split these documents into 4 documents. Now this is invoice. It says that invoice with the 77%. Let's change that and it's 100% now. Receipts is already 100%. This is also invoice and this is also invoice. Submit it. Now we have 4 documents. So if we'll open the classification result, you will see there are 4 documents inside that. So the first is invoice, second is a receipt, third invoice, fourth invoice, right? So now because we have used for each activity, so it will go one by one. So first it will extract the results from the first document, that is invoice. So let's open the extraction result. Let's validate one by one. So the first is invoice document, correct? Let's go to the fields. The first field is the invoice number and the value is has 284228. Let's validate this one. This is correct. So you can modify it. You uh, once you will export that, you if you don't want this hash, you can remove it from there, and you'll see the confidence that is 0.98. Invoice date 2019 628, 2019 628, 0.96 confidence. Customer name, you'll see there is no value, and customer address also there is no value, because you remember when I was showing you the form extractor and I think regex based extractor, then we saw that there is no value, but we tried understanding that okay, might be this is a customer name we can say, but there is no address of the customer address. So that's why we have used that public endpoint, and it says that there is no customer name and address from this invoice. If you think this is okay, you can leave as it is, or if you think that you need to change that, so we can further modify that after validating the this extraction results, and then we can validate there, we can modify that, and we can train our extractor. Now we have total amount, this is 1800, correct? Now let's move to receipts. So this result is for one classifier. Now let's move to the other one. Continue. For second one, you saw that confidence is 1, so validation is skipped for the classification. And now you open that result, and you can see here this is receipts, because this is the second document, that is receipts. Now store name is the first field, and the value is O equal space. You see here basically it has considered E as a O and then equal space. If you were to modify that, you can modify it while validation and training, or you can take it only equal space. E is just a logo, and it says that confidence is 0.47, means this is not 100% confident that this is the correct result. So you can train it. Now store address, so this is correct one, and I can see confidence. Let's see what is the confidence, 91%, correct? Let's validate. So this is the complete address, so this looks correct, right? Now going to the third invoice, close that, continue again. Okay, so the for third one we got this validation again. Let's go with the invoice, receipts, invoice, invoice, submit. Now open the extraction result, and you see here this is invoice, and this time you see the invoice number value is 01237, 01237, and then date issued 5 May 2025. Let's see that. So date issue 5 May 2025. Customer name is UiPath team, which is also correct. Issue 2 means customer name, and address is this one. Let's validate the address. But address we get issue here. It says that only anywhere st. I do not see the rest of the value, means it just says that anywhere st. It has not taken 1 2 3 and other details. Confidence is very less, 0.60. Total amount 165 400. Let's validate 165 400. This is correct. Now going to the fourth invoice, the last one. You can try using other public endpoints. We can also try this one might this might give you the correct results. Continue. Select it. Invoice. Invoice. Submit. And now let's validate the result, the extraction result. And this time you see this invoice and number is 2170. Let's open this 2170. Date seems correct. Customer name, I can see it has taken the value, which is the second one. It has not taken the first customer name. Might be in this public endpoint, in this one, it has just considered to take the second one, not first one. Customer address, it has taken till first. Let's verify this 37 first. Okay, this looks correct. And 172500, that is the, so it has taken 1725 comma 00, but here it has, if I can show you, this is unformatted value where it takes comma, but here after formatting I think it has taken comma as a dot. That we can change it. Means if you don't want to format that, you can go to this and you can uncheck this. Now this will not format that value, it will give you exact same value. So you need to just uncheck this format value if possible. And this is done, correct? So you saw that we have taken two machine learning extractor, one for the invoices, second for the receipts. So when we had a document receipts, then it processed that using this machine learning extractor with this endpoint, and it worked fine. But here you can try changing that. So we are using this, but now if you can try using this one. So I'll copy this and I will paste that here. Paste it, save it. Okay. Now just save it, otherwise it will not be saved and then it is to not be using this public endpoint. Okay. Now go to the configure extractor and now expand this. Click on this settings and you can see we need to update this here as well, just to get the capabilities. If you will not change that, it will take the older one. So we need to change it here and then get the capabilities. Now this has been updated here, it seems. Now save it. Let's validate again. Otherwise it will go with the older one. Okay. So this is taking the new one. Let me go here again and get the capabilities one more time just to verify. Correct. Now this is okay. Now save this and we'll do one thing. Instead of going with multiple, I can just go with the that document where we have some issue. So I'll go with the third, this one and this one. For that, uh, this, let's say take this one, copy as a path. I'll change that, debug this. So we'll only validate the result for this document so that we can see this. This time this endpoint, public endpoint, is giving us the correct customer address or not. Earlier it was just giving us this value anywhere st. Let's wait for that result. This looks correct. Let's save this. Okay, let's open that result and we'll go to the customer address. Customer name is correct. Okay, now you can see here in the customer address we are getting this till here 123 anywhere st any city, like that. So we reached till this. Means it has extracted first line, it has not taken the second line. Means there is some settings we need to do from the taxonomy for that specific field so that it can take multi-value. I will show you how to do that one. Now let's close that and I will go with other document, this one. So let's copy as a path and paste here. Let's try. Now this time we'll validate this one. Is it able to capture both the name or not? Let's submit it. Let's open the extraction result and reach to the customer name, and you see it is still giving us the first value. Means what I can do, we can try to change the field options. So we'll go to the design tab and then click on taxonomy manager. And as we know that for the customer name, we have multi-value options. So I can enable this option is multi-value, and then might be it can select that, it can extract that. And for customer address, I can again change that to the multi-value. Okay, so this is updated. Close that, and once you close that, taxonomy is automatically updated. Let's try here and see if issue has been fixed or not. So we'll validate this document, this results, and we'll see that it is including this name or not. Okay, let me open the extraction result and go to the customer name. It seems name is just, it is still taking the second name, not first one. So this can be fixed while validation and training. Let me stop this, and thank you for watching this video. In the next video, you will learn how to validate the extraction result.